Isaac Fayose makes serious claim about Adeleke family after Osun victory. This is Star Media. Do not forget to subscribe for free, like, comment, share for more news analysis. The political drama surrounding the just concluded Osun governorship election is far from over. Days after Governor Ademola Adeleke secured victory for a second time, businessman and political commentator Isaac Fayose has launched a fresh attack on the Adeleke family, questioning what he described as a dramatic change in political relationship following the election. Fayose's comments have generated reaction because they come at a time when the Adeleke family is celebrating a major electoral victory. While political alliances in Osun and across Nigeria are already shifting ahead of the 2027 general election, in a video and comments circulated online, Fayose questioned the relationship between Governor Ademola Adeleke, his nephew, music star Davido Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, and political figures they had previously criticized. It is important to stress that the claim being discussed are Fayose's allegations and opinions and should not be treated as independently established facts. Governor Ademola Adeleke emerged victorious in the just concluded August 15 Osun governorship election, defeating the All Progressive Congress candidate Bola Ahmed. According to figures reported after the election, Adeleke pulled 511,067 votes, while Ahmed recorded 444,815 votes, giving Adeleke a margin of more than 66,000 votes. The victory was particularly significant because Adeleke contested under the Accord Party after leaving the People's Democratic Party. His victory also came despite a major campaign by the APC and the presence of several influential political figures supporting the ruling party's candidate. But while the Adeleke family celebrates the victory, Isaac Fayose says Nigerians should not forget what happened before the election. Fayose has particularly taken issue with the post-election interaction involving Governor Adeleke and Davido. He questioned the decision by the Adeleke camp to interact with political figures who, according to his argument, had previously been regarded as opponents. His criticism became even stronger after photographs and reports emerged showing Adeleke and Davido engaging with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other influential politicians following the election. For Fayose, the question is simple. What happened to the political struggles that existed before the election? He has argued that people who supported the Adeleke family during the election should not be forgotten now that the battle has been won. Fayose's comments have also been linked to the broader issue of alleged political violence during the Osun election. Earlier, he called for an investigation into alleged violence and deaths recorded during the election and urged that those responsible should face accountability. In another reported reaction, Fayose alleged that as many as 28 people died in election-related violence. That allegation has not been independently established in the material reviewed for this report, and therefore it should be treated as a claim requiring further verification. But Fayose's latest criticism goes beyond the election itself. He is questioning whether the political relationship Nigeria saw during the campaign will remain the same now that the election is over. What is the connection between Adeleke and Tinubu? The controversy comes at a particularly interesting moment in Osun politics. After his victory, Governor Ademola Adeleke visited President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Abuja. The governor also visited the FCT minister Osun State and presented his certificate of return to the minister. Wike subsequently described Adeleke as belonging to his political camp, while also saying that they all belong to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Wike's statement has intensified speculation about Adeleke's political direction ahead of 2027. But there is another side to this development. A political victory does not necessarily mean that old political battles must continue indefinitely. After an election, politicians can often reach out to former opponents in the interest of governance, stability, and future political cooperation. Governor Adeleke may therefore argue that meeting political leaders after the election is part of normal political engagement. However, Fayose appears to be asking a different question. He wants to know whether the same people who were presented as political opponents before the election can suddenly become political partners immediately after victory. And that is where his criticism has generated debate. What is the role of Davido? Another important part of the story is Davido. The internationally recognized Nigerian musician played a visible role in his uncle's political journey. During the campaign, Davido was vocal in defending the Adeleke family and criticizing the APC approach to the Osun election. His involvement helped attract enormous public attention to the election, particularly among young Nigerians and social media users. But after the election, Davido's interaction with political figures have also attracted criticism. Fayose believes this creates a contradiction. His argument is essentially that supporters who fought against what they consider political oppression should not suddenly act as though nothing happened once the election is won. Again, this is Fayose's interpretation of the situation, not an established fact about Adeleke's family intention. Beyond the controversy surrounding Fayose's comment, the Osun election itself has produced important political lessons. Adeleke's victory demonstrated the strength of his political structure in the state. The result also showed that a sitting governor could leave the party under which he previously contested and still retain significant electoral support. Political analysts have also pointed to the importance of the Adeleke family's long-standing political influence, particularly in Ede and other parts of Osun State. But the election has also raised questions about the future. Will Adeleke remain firmly aligned with the opposition? Could his relationship with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu become stronger? Will the governor support a particular presidential candidate in 2027? And what role will Davido and other members of Adeleke political network play in the next presidential election? These are questions that may become clearer as 2027 approaches. Isaac Fayose has not limited his criticism to Adeleke family. In recent weeks, he has repeatedly used the Osun election to make broader arguments about Nigeria's democracy and 2027 presidential election. Following Adeleke's victory, he argued that Osun results show that political power can be defeated by voters when citizens stand together. He also criticized the heavy mobilization by APC during the election and argued that the outcome demonstrated the power of the electorate. Fayose has therefore positioned the Osun election as a lesson for 2027 presidential contest. But whether that interpretation will become reality remains to be seen. Nigerian politics is known for rapid alliances, defections, and political realignments. What appears impossible today can become reality tomorrow. For now, the biggest question raised by Isaac Fayose is not simply about the outcome of the Osun election, it is about what happens after the victory. Can politicians who fought against one another during an election work together afterwards? Can supporters accept those new relationships? And with Adeleke family relationship with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other political leaders remain one of temporary post-election engagements, or develop into a stronger political alliances ahead of 2027? Those questions remain unanswered. What is clear is that the Osun election has changed the political conversation. Governor Ademola Adeleke has secured another electoral victory, but the political consequences of that victory are only beginning to unfold. And with Isaac Fayose now openly questioning the Adeleke family's post-election relationships, the debate is likely to continue. As always, viewers should distinguish between verified facts, political commentary, and allegations when following this developing story. This is Star J's Media. Subscribe for free, like, share, comment for more news analysis.